This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to the line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
If you want...
We believe in the American way, and we built this country called the USA, and we fly our flag because we're proud and free, we're Americans. Red, white, and blue is our way of life. We never back down from a challenge or a fight. Nature provides, God gives the rights, we're Americans. We fish the waters and we hunt the lands. We forge the steel with our own two hands. With what we've got, we do the best we can. We're Americans.
It's time now for the Conservative Curmudgeon Radio Show on K98 Talk. Now, here's Grouchy.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry I missed you last week, but things had to be done. And things got to be done this week, too, but I got to be honest with you. I'm not really prepared to do them, so what we're going to be doing tonight is a little bit of an improv kind of show. We are going to be joined by my friend and the venerable one, also known as the boss around K98. Rick Robinson is going to be joining us tonight. There's no telling when he'll chime in or chime out. So like I said, it's an improv night. And we also have a first-time guest to the show, and hopefully we'll be able to entice him to come back sometime. But we're going to be welcoming our friend Dan to the program. And Dan comes from his own show, and I'm going to let him plug that in just a minute or two. But before we get rolling into all the improv and the veritable dumpster fire that is election cycle 2016, did I say dumpster cycle? A dumpster fire. That
no, you said it right.
I did say it right?
Yeah, you did.
Holy crap.
Speaking of first time, I kind of wished I'd had an inappropriate bill for that one, just saying.
Oh, well, I was going to wait till we introduce Dan to do this one, but like the women and children. But just before we get rolling, guys, let me real quick remind everybody to stay tuned in tonight. Rowdy Rick Robinson is on at what time, Rick?
I'll be on at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and we have an impromptu episode of Jesse's POV that'll be airing either in the 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Central time slot. She hasn't decided which one she's taking yet.
And there you go. That's just tonight, folks. That's a freaking trifecta in one night. But it's not about one night at K98. We've got it every night going on here. And I want to take a quick second and welcome back our brother. Our brother is back on the air on Monday nights, the Stafford Voice with Daniel Stafford. It is so good to have you back, brother. And I haven't had a chance to talk to you much since you jumped back on the air, but I know I'm glad to have you, and I know Rick's glad to have you, and everybody else is too. So good deal there. Is he on right before or right after Angie and Clay?
He is on. He's on after Angie and before me.
Okay, so in between Real Serious Nonsense and America Off the Rails, we have the Stafford Voice on Monday nights on K98 again. So, boom, boom. And, of course, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we got Game On with JD and Stacy. Thursday, we've got Dr. A and Lou. Who am I missing, Rick? Help me out, brother. I don't know.
Actually, on Tuesdays, we have brought in a new show called Wynn's World. It's actually from a guy that does radio work out of Atlanta. That is on at 7, and then 8 Eastern. Then we have JD and Stacy at 9 Eastern. Then we have Jen with me on Jen and Rick, and then we have the Loftus Party. So we're getting to the point now where the evening stuff is getting back to the point where we've got 5, 6, 7 hours running concurrently. So we are building back up again.
That's what I'm talking about. Boss like a big bastard. I mean, that's just beautiful. So anyway, and when does Jessie come on? We don't want to forget Jessie's POV.
Lately, because of work schedule, she's been varying hers a little bit and just finding empty time here and there. She normally tries to do a show at 6 Eastern, but lately her work schedule's been conflicting. So
I understand the work schedule bit, and my schedule, by the way, goes back to normal after next week. So I've got to cover the first week of August on my haywire schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody next week I won't be live because I know what my week is going to look like already. But we may just replay this again because this is going to get good here, guys. This is going to get real good when we all start getting together and talking stuff. Anyway.
Grouchy's already letting the hair down. Welcome to the show, Dan.
What the hell, right? I mean, it's Wednesday and tomorrow's my Friday, so... You know, that's
I forgot. You gripe about these 10s, but you only work 4 of them. You suck.
Yeah, but I mean, when you get up at 4 o'clock in the frickin' morning and you don't get back into bed until 10 o'clock at night, and Jesus, I mean, there's only so much a body can take over 10 weeks of doing that crap.
You suck!
Yes, I know. It'll be all right, though. So... we know all about Rick already. Everybody knows Rick. Rick's been around. He's the man. He's the man with the plan. It's his station, so I do what he says. And the new guy on the block tonight that nobody else is, well, not nobody else, but you people out there that listen to me regular may not be familiar with Dan, so we're going to welcome Dan in right now. Hide the women and kids. There is nothing that's off limits. Dan, tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about where we can find you on the air because we do want to help you promote your show too.
Well, I am a libertarian. Hey, Rick. And I do a show with Jason Wade Taylor. It's radio.com. We'll be on actually tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern. Yep, I'm doubling up tonight. I'm a rebel, complete rebel.
I thought we covered that with libertarian, but okay.
I say it like it is. I try to, at least. Anybody that knows me on Twitter knows that. I don't hold back at all. And that's pretty much me. right there in a nutshell. And I've almost thrown something through the TV at least 5 or 6 times so far this week, watching coverage at night.
Oh, see, I've had this recurring theme going all week. I open my show by jiggling my glass, because by the time I go live, I usually have a drink in my hand, because I need one.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Not a bit. Would you like me to jiggle my glass?
I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm perfectly good with whatever you guys jiggle as long as you do it yourself.
Yeah, we do our show like tonight. I mean, it's, to be honest with you, it pretty much every week it's nothing but a never Trump show. So anybody who's a Trump fan listening to me right now probably doesn't want to listen to it, or may want to listen to it and call in and be one of those callers that loves to call in and block their phone number.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Yeah, so, and you know, I figured I'd have this discussion with you guys because you two, I definitely know, have gone hard never Trump. And as Rick has known me for, Rick, how long has it been since we hooked up on Facebook?
Back when I started the first page, which was like 2010, dude.
So yeah, we're going back to like 2010. So it's been closer to 6 years now. Rick knows I've always been a guy that, and Rick and I have had this discussion on air before, so I'm not saying anything out of the normal for me. I'm a little resistant to go with the hard never Trump because I don't know if I can live that down. And my reasoning has always been that you back the most conservative candidate that can beat the damn Democrat.
And I totally respect that. 100%. I do. And I'm
not a fan of Trump.
I've been a libertarian since there was such a thing as, and the whole time I'm not happy with my party. I'm not. It's in disarray. It's terrible.
They all are, right?
I've always been fuck the establishment, and that's what I will always be. And to me, Trump's just become the establishment. The establishment has embraced him on the GOP side. The establishment has embraced Hillary on the Democrat side, and I will buck both of them. That's what I'll do. I'll vote down ballot, and I'll vote. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even I'm not a big fan of Gary Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's who I have to back at this point. But if you look at some of the polls, he's actually doing pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. I see he's floating around 10%, give or take.
Depending on the poll, and right. in certain demographics, he's up to like 23 or 24%, and that's going to get him in the debates. And that's what I strive for, is to get somebody else in there. That's what I've strived for 12, 13 years, is to get somebody else in there.
Right. Now that 23, 24%, was that a Colorado poll?
He's actually, he amazed me the other night. He came out with an ad, and the ad didn't once mention marijuana. Well, not once. It was a very powerful ad too, and that's my one. I don't care, marijuana. I don't care. Make it legal. I don't care, but it's not my deal. It's not. My deal is constitutionalism, which I want freedom and rights. That's all I want.
Yeah, we're lacking some constitutionalism in politics these days, that's for sure.
Yes.
You know, G, just to back up for a second, it probably wasn't Colorado because it's already legal there, so they don't really care.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Well, and I don't know. I mean, I had posted something earlier today, but the governor of Colorado came out and said that he was against the legalization of marijuana. Said now, he's like, well, it's turned out pretty good because it's really deterred the black market drug trade.
Yeah.
But then he'll turn around the next second and say, we need more gun restriction. You just contradicted yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he talks about, free trade and capitalism, and then he turns around and, yeah, I get it. I definitely get that. So with you guys, you're going to know more about him than I do. Look, 4 years ago when Johnson hit the scene, this guy wouldn't take a stance on anything other than legalizing pot. He wouldn't even come down on third trimester abortion.
No, that's my problem with Johnson.
Yeah,
that's I supported Peterson. Peterson, if you look at his stance is pro-Constitution, pro-life. Right. That's his stance, and that's the way I see it should be. I understand the split in the Libertarian Party, but even to be honest with you, most of the libertarians that aren't completely anti-abortion, they're not pro-abortion. They're just kind of, that's not my thing.
Right. I get that.
And Peterson is pro-life across the board. Now, he's pro-life across the board. He's pro-life to the point where he's anti-death penalty. So you get this weird dichotomy in the Libertarian Party, and it needs to come together. But it is building steam, finally, after 12 years. It's starting to build steam. I just think they made the wrong pick, which all three parties made. So I guess it's a toss-up.
Well, yeah, I'll buy that for $1, no doubt about it. So, I don't know if you guys have been watching the coverage of the DNC in Philly. I really have not. My week has been pure hell. So I did, for about 30 seconds last night, catch when CBS went to their live coverage at 9 o'clock my local time. The opening comment from Scott Pelley was, "The convention floor is covered in glass shards as Hillary breaks another glass ceiling." And after I got done wiping the puke up off the floor, I grabbed my remote and turned the channel. I couldn't stand it. So
that's I said earlier today. Yeah, she broke the glass ceiling for criminals being able to run for president.
Amen to that. I guess how many people do you have to kill to be able to run for president? I don't know. And Hillary's got, about 42, 43 in the bag right now?
She's getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm actually working on that for a later day and time, probably in the fall. We're gonna probably do a 2 or 3 show event where it'll just be covering all the mysterious deaths of the Clinton friends, family, and bodyguards and business associates, and go on and on and on. And we're gonna rehash that, since I wasn't bright enough to archive when I did the first show. Hey, oh well, things happen. We run out of space and it's gone, so we'll just do another one.
Well, hey, I lived in D.C. when Vince Foster was found.
Oh, there you go.
That you think it was news around the country. Try living in D.C.
Oh, I'm sure.
And still, it's just So he was just found in a park. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Now everything just gets pushed under a rug,
Right.
You got Hillary as Secretary of State. Everybody knows about the Uranium One deal. You know, that's the big thing, and this is so weird. Everybody gets so pissed about it. Okay, but and they should. You know, she sold out U.S. interests in uranium to Russia, and now she's turning around and accusing Russia of hacking her. So that's hilarious. You know. So she does them a favor, and then they try to screw her. I don't know that I buy that. But what nobody talks about, and I mean nobody talks about with Hillary, is the Frank Giestra Pacific Rubiales connection, where they are this South American country that, they're down in South America. That's a company. Giestra's Canadian. He's also friends with what's his face, the pedophile guy with the plane and the island and all that stuff. What, Epstein?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Giestra does a lot of that too, where he has underage girls on the plane to quote unquote entertain his guests. And Bill has been known to travel frequently with Mr. Giestra on board the private jet. And I can promise you they're not doing that with the 240-pound svelte German ladies on the plane taking care of them. So anyway, this company that Giestra owns down there, they donated $212 million to the Clinton Foundation while Hillary was Secretary of State. And then Frank Giestra himself, as an individual entity, turned around and donated another $5 million. And magically, 4 months later, they get the State Department awarded this company a port to manage for the United States coastal down there in South America, even amid the accusations of human rights abuses by this company, overworking their employees, not paying them for overtime, threatening them when they tried to picket. They even had reports coming out of their local media in South America that they had murdered some of the employees. Now, I'm not saying that's a fact, but, South American media is South American media. I can't control what they report. I'm just telling you what they reported. But this is the woman that they're saying is uniquely qualified, like no other person in the history of our country, to be president.
Capitalism, damn it.
Crony capitalism.
Everything she does and everything she touches is shady. And that comes back around full circle. Is
including her husband.
Yeah, her husband. Everybody they deal with, everything is shady. At
best.
And then it comes around full circle again. Look at Trump.
Yeah.
Everything is shady. It's all shady. He everything he says, he has to double down on. If you have to double down on something, it's shady. In the end, that's what we're being handed right now. Is we're being handed two complete and total narcissists. That's all they are. They care about themselves. We have two presidential candidates that care about nothing but themselves, and another one that cares about being able to smoke pot. That's what we're handed right now.
Yeah, pretty sad. Pretty sad. So what are we hearing out of Philly this week that I'm not aware of? You guys hearing anything that?
Well, they don't fly any American flags unless they're laying on the ground getting burned.
Okay.
Lots of Russian flags, though.
they've had lots of other countries' flags.
I was going to say, I heard a lot of Palestinian flags today. I have not seen any pictures yet, but I heard that.
Yes, there were some Palestinian flags in there, and that, like, every mother of a thug that was killed by a cop got to get up and speak, yet they haven't said anything about police lives matter.
No, they won't.
No, that's because they're too busy honoring the mothers of the thugs instead of
right. And
right.
You know, while we're on that topic, let's branch off. The big news out today was out of Baltimore, where the state of Maryland dropped charges against the remaining 3 officers in the Freddie Gray case after the first 3 had been acquitted. Do we foresee any more violent protests in Baltimore now?
That's what I haven't really looked at the TV. I mean, I expected Baltimore to light up tonight. I don't know if it is. Maybe the people of Baltimore got their senses and decided that burning our own crap isn't helping anything. Because it was actually fairly quiet with the acquittals that have happened so far. It was depressing. I mean, Baltimore is essentially my hometown. I lived there in that area for 20 years. And when I watched it burn last year, it was depressing.
I'm sure.
It was absolutely depressing to watch that.
You know what was even more depressing? Listening to Wayne Dupree on the Sean Hannity show talking about how depressing it was watching that go on in Baltimore. Just saying.
Well, because he's just such a media whore anyway. He'll do anything to try to get himself more popular and exposed. And the last thing you want, trust me, is Wayne Dupree exposed. I mean,
ew! I have to go wash my brain out with bleach now.
Hey, did you hear his official mating call now?
No, I have not.
Here, check it out. That's it. That's Wayne Dupree's mating call.
The horn still has too much bass, brother.
Oh, sorry. For that, you get a...
Anyway. Wayne is a piece of work.
Actually, I was thinking he's more like a piece of shit. But,
yeah.
Okay. I don't really care. You know what? Let Wayne be Wayne. Because we're not, and we don't have to worry about him.
That's right. We'll
right.
watch him after November carrying bags to rooms.
Yes. Yeah, or either water and rags to wash Trump's feet, one of the two. But anyway, the best part about Wayne is watching him walk away.
It's interesting that you brought up some of the news today, because there's something that's been annoying me, and I've been talking about it on Twitter, and I'm getting mixed reviews from folks, of course, mostly Trumpers.
Here, brother.
So, Trump holds a presser today, right, and tells everybody that, if Russia has the 30,000 missing emails, he prays they're going to release them or something similar, and to keep doing what they're doing or some other crap. And, of course, everybody starts trying to play it off as a joke. Look, my thought on that is, even if he was trying to be funny, if our current president had made that same statement, everybody on the right side of the aisle, which is practically non-existent anymore when you look at these two candidates, would be calling for his head on a platter for treason. But since it was Trump, it's just a joke. It's just a joke, man. Lighten up. Really? Double standards suck.
I'm glad you brought this up. This is excellent stuff, because here's my take on it, okay? And your take, well noted, and absolutely I agree with. But here's my take. If we're going to be pissed at Hillary about deleting 33,000 emails, we should be pissed at Trump for, let's call it, inciting possible national security threats of hacking by telling Russia to go for it and expose it. And I mean, granted, they probably already have it, But this is a presidential candidate we're talking about that's encouraging cyber warfare, basically, and the hacking of, national security.
Absolutely, it's disgusting to me.
Not be pissed at both.
I am totally disgusted with Hillary for her handling of everything she's pretty much ever done her entire life. And I'm totally disgusted with Trump for, like you said, for encouraging a country that not that long ago was our biggest enemy to hack our government. He's encouraging them to hack our government.
Yeah. What the hell? How can anybody be happy with that?
Because he wasn't serious, man. Come on, get a sense of humor. That's what I've been being told all day today.
Yeah, I've been told that too. Come on.
Yeah.
Funny. No, it really wasn't funny. He's running for president of the United States.
Exactly. You don't get to have the shit one way and not the other. I mean, that's my whole point. I'm so sick of these two candidates, and it's really prevalent between these two. They think that they each have their own standard and everybody else belongs to a different standard. And
right. They're not holding the Trump supporters are not holding their own candidate to the same standards that they want everybody to hold Hillary to. That's my problem. That's what I don't. It's totally what I don't get. It's you don't get it both ways. You pick a standard and you stick with it.
It's called principles.
Exactly. Voting with your conscience. That's what it is. And that's what I'm pretty sure Rick is going to do, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to vote for the person that I feel best represents me. I'm not going to vote for somebody just because I don't want the other person. Because, to be honest with you, I don't want either of them. How is anything ever going to change if everybody takes the attitude of we have two choices?
Right.
That's the attitude of everybody, is we have two choices. We don't have two choices. You have the choice of what you feel. Use your vote. Use your vote. I mean, this election, no matter how you look at it, we're screwed. One of those two is going to be in the White House. One of those two. But if you make your vote heard and say Johnson or another third party gets a good percentage of the vote, that makes a statement. That's the statement I've been trying to make for 12 or 13 years, is show that something is moving. And it's so hard to get people. They'll sit there and go, yeah, we need that. And then they go into the polls and they just vote for who they want to vote for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing the same thing this whole cycle. I mean, look at the numbers. We've got 60% of the entire population of this country doesn't really want either one of the two front runners, if you take those numbers and you put them together. But anytime I start talking to people and say, hey, there are other options. We have this person over here who may actually maybe do something different. We could stop repeating Einstein's definition of insanity every time we go into the voting booth and see if something changes. Well, maybe next cycle, Rick. There's not enough time. We have to.
No.
It's the lesser of two evils. So let me change that real quick. What if we change the word evils to poison? We have to choose between the lesser of two poisons, knowing that both of them are going to kill us, but one of them may just take a little bit longer. Which one are you going to pick? Are you going to put the freaking bottles down? That's my question.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends that are conservative. I mean, I know they're conservative, and is, well, I'll vote for Hillary, get Hillary out of office in 4 years. But listen, I'm not following this reasoning, but I kind of understand it. And their reasoning is, we can get Hillary out in 4 years, and if we can preserve the Senate, she can't do anything. But they look at it as Trump could really screw us up for 20 to 30 years.
Okay, hang on. Let me hold you right there, Dan. Hang on a second. Okay, we've had the Senate for the last couple of years, and Obama's still run roughshod over this country.
He has.
The Senate doesn't stop him.
He has, but he has because he's a petulant moron that will not give concessions. Well, and the Senate gets to the point. I mean, we're at almost 8 years without a permanent military budget because of Obama.
A budget.
There is no permanent military spending bill signed.
No.
And there hasn't been for 8 years.
And there's a good reason for that.
Yeah.
He wants to cut it so deep that we almost don't have a military.
Exactly. And the thing is, to get the temporary budgets signed going, the Senate has to give concessions just to get it signed. Yeah. So we actually have military getting paid and military doing their job. They have to give concessions. If not, I mean, I know people in the military that have gone weeks without pay because of this.
I've been there, brother. I did 10 years. I've been in that situation before where we had to wait for a budget to get passed so we could get paid.
Yeah, and that's what's been going on for 8 years straight now. The Senate has been hamstrung by petulance, where he will not give an inch. He will not give an inch.
No,
he was not made or meant to be president of the United States. When you're president of the United States, you need to deal with people. He does not deal with people. No. He says F you. He says F you, give me what I want, or I'm not doing anything.
Temper tantrum.
Temper tantrum, which is exactly what Trump is.
Actually, no, Trump's a little worse, because Trump not only has the temper tantrum, but he comes at you Godfather style when you don't back down.
Hey guys, we're having a great chat here. Rick, I know we need to pay the bills real quick. We're well past the bottom of the hour.
Yeah, I was about to ring a bell.
Okay, well let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll knock out the rest of the hour with this round robin improv chat on politics, the dumpster fire that it is this year, and what the hell we can do about it. Stay tuned, everybody.
Oh, but ain't that America? You and me. Ain't that America? Something to see, baby. Ain't that America? Home of the free, yeah.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Having a place to go after school will make you a better student. Having an outlet to express yourself will make you a better artist. Having something to do together will make you a better family. At The Y, we're helping build better friends, listeners, writers, swimmers, scientists, and musicians, one chance at a time. Give the gift of opportunity. Support The Y at ymca.net. The Y, for a better us.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Oh, but ain't that America? You and me. Ain't that America? Something to see, baby. Ain't that America? Home of the free. Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here to talk about the
epic fail.
That is Politics 2016. Did I time that? That was not bad.
That was really good.
Okay, I'm learning how to push buttons over here, guys.
I'm pretty sure if I asked your wife, she'd say you've been an expert at that for a while.
Yeah, you would probably be right. So anyway,
of course, then again, so would mine. So
yeah, well, that when you ask mine, she'll tell you that's what happens after 28 plus years. That's how long it's been. Yes, I'm an old fart, guys.
Yeah, catching up with you.
Yeah, well, it happens. But anyway, yes, the Politics 2016 is an epic fail, and it all belongs in. That's right. It all belongs in the toilet.
Oh! Speaking of that, I forgot to mention this, and now's the perfect time. I saw. I got followed by somebody new who has the most epic profile picture I think I've ever seen. Has a picture of a bathroom, right, with the toilet seat up, and it's got a Trump sticker on the inside of the lid, and then the Obama toilet paper off to the side. I was like, yes.
I have not seen that. You'll have to share that, Rick.
Oh, I planned on it here in a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, we've been kind of I don't want to say mocking, more like just kind of openly dreading Politics 2016, the upcoming election cycle, the pure hell that it is. We've got Dan with us, and we've got Rick with us. And guys, what do you see heading into the fall?
Dude, it's gotten so bad I've started making up imaginary movie titles. I've come up with 2 so far. Coming to you this November, the Nightmare in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, because it doesn't matter who wins, America loses. And my latest one was based on the Trump-Pence reactions to Russia, where Trump was like, woohoo, go for it, and Pence is like, hell no. That would be The Odd Couple, the DC edition, coming to you possibly in November.
All right.
Yeah, I loved that. When I saw that, you definitely got a retweet from me on it. I saw one. I had one today where it was history teacher. Okay, we have finished with 2015. We're moving on to 2017. Student, what about 2016? Oh, we don't talk about 2016 in here.
Yeah, like I saw that earlier, Dan, and I did retweet that. Rick, I did not see yours. I apologize for that, but I will go hunt it down because they both sound like excellent kicks.
No!
And
It's good! It's good! It's good!
yes, it is good.
Actually, the funny thing is I have somebody that's starting to make them into parody commercials that I think we're going to start running here in the next week or so.
Dude, you've got to tell me who you know that does parody stuff. I can write parodies like nothing. Like I've got a box full of them we could produce instantly and turn out like 4 K-Tel albums.
Well, I've already told you to send me whatever you want me to use and we'll get it done.
Okay.
Well, speaking of parodies, and I wanted to touch on something that you mentioned earlier, G.
Bring it up, bro.
I am so happy that Daniel Stafford is back. He and not that he's a parody, but he does such a great job, and I've listened to him every week when he was on before, and I'm so glad he's back. Amazing.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were going to
show
mention all the great parodies they used to do, because that group did some amazing parodies when they were all working together. They were funny.
Yes,
as
they
hell.
did.
Oh, yeah.
Just wanted to bring that up. I thought about that just now because, I harken back to the old days with everybody, including Bunny, and everybody being on, and just I'm so glad Daniel's back, man. What a great show he does.
Absolutely. Power on, Daniel. Yes, power up.
Dude, he's a rock star, but I guess the thing is with him, he doesn't realize how good he is. He really doesn't. And
humble.
Well, no, definitely that. It's just it's funny to watch him because he'll like I'll usually talk to him on Monday nights, kind of in the middle of the transition. If I'm around, I'll be like, "Hey, man, great show." He's like, "Did you think so?" I'm like, "Dude, half the time on Monday nights I cheat. He's my show prep. I'm not even kidding."
Yeah, we just gotta. I don't know. What do we need? We need to instill something in them, something that gives them a little more of this factor. Yes. Got to strut around like a big cock.
All right, so back to our current political situation.
Oh, that. Yes.
Yeah, that.
No boogers.
I think it's the first time since I started voting, which I turned 18 in 1986, that I really am not looking forward to November.
Holy crap, we're the same age.
Told you.
See, you just always thought you were the oldest one in the room.
Oh, man. Well, no, Hammy's the oldest one in the room. I mean, they're just...
Well, not if you count mental age, but that's another story.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother story, and I'm not licensed in this state, so I don't want to go there, but...
All right,
I've always kind of looked forward to November. I've always been like, yeah, my guy has a chance. I don't have a guy.
There you go.
I don't have a guy. It's like, I mean, I'm literally going to be sitting behind the TV looking at the Senate races. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
So not to cut in, guys, but this just came across right about the time we were going live, so we probably missed it. This is a top story from Reuters. WikiLeaks, eventually I remember how to talk, has released hacked audio recordings of Democratic National Committee voicemails. So,
really?
Ooh.
Wow.
So we've got Wiki. They did it all for the Wiki. The Wiki. Wiki. Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, so anyway, so apparently this is going to be the gift that just keeps giving to show the American people just how broken our system truly is. Except sadly, most of them don't notice because they're too busy cheering for their respective banner color.
But
I don't need anybody to tell me how broken it is.
Right. And you know what they're going to do anyway. You know they're going to take this announcement and they're going to just start the that Russia did it. Trump's making it. Bunch of crap.
It's all a bunch of crap. Trump is using it, and sure. he thinks it's doing him good, but it isn't.
No, it's not really.
It really isn't, because what it's doing is it's making other people go, okay, well, Trump is on board with Russia, and he is stroking Putin. I mean, it's this whole thing. It's like watching a reality freaking TV show.
It is. And I actually brought this up. I don't know if I did this 2 weeks ago or
it was 2 weeks ago.
I railed on Trump for just being so petty. Concentrate on the grown-up shit and actually run a real campaign. What good does it do to hire, I hire the best people? Well, what good does that do if you just ignore them and shoot your mouth off like a moron?
Exactly. I mean, I think Manafort's an a-hole. But if he would
call him Manhor.
If he would listen to the guy, he doesn't listen to him. He doesn't. If you think Manafort really wants Trump out there saying the stuff he says, then Manafort is not up to what everybody says he is. There's no way.
I'm just wondering how long before other people start just like, I can't handle this crap anymore. I'm out of here. People like Ben Carson, that supposedly are really strong, principled people that have already bent over backwards to kiss Trump's ass.
They didn't bend over backwards. That was forward.
And I have talked about Jeff Sessions on my show several times. I have talked with Jeff Sessions in person. I have talked with Jeff Sessions via email. Jeff Sessions is a smart man, and I understand where Jeff went, but I don't know how much longer he can put up with this crap.
I'm surprised he has. Surprised he has.
Immigration and immigration only. That's why he hitched his wagon to Trump. Because that was the best way to get his immigration plan pushed.
But Trump's not going to do it.
I don't believe he is either.
That's the whole thing. Everybody, you watch people and you listen to people, and he's dropped back on everything he's said.
Yep.
He has totally dropped back on everything he said. He is no different than, essentially, he's no different than Hillary. It's literally, it's right-wing Hillary versus left-wing Hillary is what we have right now. It's their views. If you broke everything down from where Trump was to where he is right now, if you broke everything down, they're almost right on line with each other.
Yeah, pretty close.
Dude, I mean, come on. His daughter at RNC of all places, his daughter was using some of the same talking points as the person he likes to lovingly call Pocahontas.
Well, forget talking points. She was taking planks right out of the DNC platform.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you take Warren's speech and her speech and get them to the point where they're talking about the planks and play them side by side, they sound identical. It's the same crap. Since when do we as conservatives acknowledge that the wage gap is real? Because everybody knows that it's actually not.
Right.
But yet...
And to top it all off, look at the little hugging between Trump and his wife and Trump and his daughter. That bothers me too. He literally grabbed his daughter's ass. There's something wrong with the guy. There is really, honestly and truly, something wrong with the guy.
Wait, I must have missed that. So back up a second. He did what?
Okay, when after Melania's speech, he kind of grabbed her around the back, middle to lower back, and gave her a little hug. When his daughter introduced him, he literally patted her on the ass.
You have got to be kidding.
Ew.
Not kidding.
Well, that's the ego, I think. I really do. I think it's the ego.
I don't know. I've been told I have a pretty big ego, but I've never grabbed my own daughter's butt.
Well,
me neither.
Yeah, nor should you. Yeah, and I've never done that either. I have a daughter too, so Rick's met her.
She's awesome.
Look, if you can Google it, Rick. There's actually videos out there of the side by sides. He literally patted her on the ass, and when I say literally, I mean he did. He patted her on the ass.
And I will say this, okay, that's bad when it's father-daughter, okay? But if that were me up on the stage...
Okay, yeah, she's kind of hot.
Yeah, she is. And especially for not wearing a $12,500 dress or coat like Hillary does, especially when addressing people over wage inequality. And yes, she did. She did. She wore a $12,500 jacket to a speech on wage inequality. That's
okay, and to even get beyond that, who in the hell needs a $12,500 jacket?
Oh, well, I do. I mean, I've got 4 of them in my closet. So. Yeah, I know. And you know what? It's because she can.
Right, and I get that, and I get that, but not when you're going to talk about wage equality.
Right.
When your own staffers, the males are making 25% more than the females.
Exactly right, and that's how it is at the Clinton Foundation too. Dan, I don't know if you got to hear the episode I did on the Clinton Foundation and their expenditures.
I did.
She actually collects more of a salary than they give to charity annually.
Right. That's,
spend more paying their staff than they give to charity annually.
But it's my effing name on it.
Yes. Yes. So, there's all that. Yeah, of course I have a $12,500 jacket. What color would you like to see it in?
Want to know something? It looked horrible.
It looked like somebody's old drapes with some sleeves. That's
exactly.
What it looked like.
I'm waiting on the place I'm moving into to be finished. I'm staying in a hotel. I'm looking at the curtains right now.
Yeah,
kind of looks like her coat.
There you go.
That's what they did. They took the curtains out of a hotel room, made it into a dress, and sold it to her for $12,500.
Like the Indiana Jones movie where they drive. What was the one with the Nazis where he drives up to the castle and he pretends to be Scottish? He goes, "We're here to see the tapestries." He's wearing the tapestries.
I was going to say, I think they all pretty much had Nazis in them, so I'm not sure which one that was.
Anyway.
So they really could have just said, "We're here to see the Hillary coats."
Yes. It's terrible. And Hillary herself, has anybody checked out a profile shot of this woman? And I hate to
Why
go
would
there.
they?
I really do hate to talk about people's looks because I'm not the most pretty person in the world. But, I guess because I'm admitting that on the air, I do have a face made for radio, and I'm not afraid to say that. So I'm going to say it. Man, she's got teeth. She could eat corn on the cob through a picket fence. Hillary,
You ugly, you're ugly, and your mother ugly, and your sister ugly. You just plain old ugly.
That's it.
So you're saying, basically what you're saying is you don't approve, but you don't blame Bill.
Bill, look, Bill that's a mental health issue. He can't help himself. You think Tiger had a problem? No. Bill Clinton's got a problem.
No, as a friend of ours said earlier today on Twitter, that Bill would screw the knot hole in a picket fence.
Easily. If he thought he could get away with it, yeah. Yeah, he would. Well, guess what, guys? We're top of the hour.
Yep, we have hit that point.
Quick hour.
Dan, once again, tell everybody where they can find you on Twitter. Push your show one more time for us.
I am at 1911G_fan on Twitter. And you can hear me in an hour at HanAmericaRadio.com.
Dan be liking his 1911s, if you don't know.
I do. I love my 1911s. They are fantastic.
And Rick, real quick, go ahead. I know you're all over the station anyway, but push yourself, brother. It's your slot. Go.
All right. Easiest way to interact with me is on Twitter. It's where I'm always at AOTR_host. You can find me on several affiliates around the internet, as well as a few terrestrial places. We're working on more. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on America Off the Rails at 11 p.m. Eastern. Live every Tuesday and Thursday on the Jen and Rick Show on 10 Eastern. Live every Saturday morning at 10 Eastern in the morning on Finding Common Ground. And sparsed out through wherever I'm asked to fill in on nights like this, too.
And there you go. And folks, if you're out there missing me live, you can catch me tomorrow on ICRN Radio at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And that will also be playing on Red State Radio tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So, bam, baby.
Red State Radio Justice, folks. Red State Radio Justice.
Remember that, justice, because that's what I'm always after. Well, that and a cold glass of tea.
And apparently a chance to touch Trump's daughter's butt.
Brother, I would take somebody's arms off for that chance.
On that note, folks, we are out. Have a great night.
Take care. Peace.
This country called the USA, and we fly our flag because we're proud and free. We're Americans. Red, white.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.